Play piano jazz music.
Playing piano jazz music.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Lord Bakington, your fearless guide to the world of food, and today we're going to make some real tasty Moroccan food. We're making some Moroccan chicken soup and some really tasty couscous with thyme and dried cranberries. I got this recipe, actually this wasn't entirely my own invention. Of course I'm not Moroccan, nor have I ever cooked Moroccan food before, except for today. I mean, that's not true. I have made this couscous before, that's the thing. But what we're doing today is actually going to make some soup. We're going to serve it with couscous. It's going to be really tasty. Thank you. I do like my hat. Hi, Death himself. Hi, Meatberry. Everyone, Meatberry's my sister. You better love her or you're banned. Now I just want some dried cranberries. Seriously, it was really tough to find the recipe. Like, not a recipe. It was really tough to find the ingredients for today's recipe. And I'll explain why while we start cooking. However, I want to say happy almost birthday to my sister, Meatberry. Again, pizza's okay as long as it's, isolated to... you know what? Pizza's okay all the time. I eat pizza all the time. But yeah, happy almost birthday. And if your husband's a bad influence, tell him to eat it in the garage like he did with the McFlurry. Anyway, let's get started. We have a lot to do, but not a lot of dishes to do, and I'll show you why. You'll see over here on the stovetop, we've got some rather unappealing looking stuff, and this is one large boiled chicken breast. The recipe calls for one. I'm scaled this recipe down to my size because it's just me in the house. I have one large boiled chicken breast here, and the water might look a little bit on the weird side. It's sort of like a yellowy tint. That's not because I live in Michigan anymore and my water is yellow tinted all the time. Again, that's literally what the water was like a sort of yellow-brown tint to the water. It tasted normal, it was fine, but it was just very concerning colors. The reason the water is like this is because I boiled this chicken breast with some of the spices we're going to use today. So while this water was boiling, I hit it really liberally with salt and pepper, and I hit it with a big pinch of cinnamon and turmeric, and it gave it sort of a yellowy color. So I have this cooked chicken breast and some really nice stock, which is going to go a long way in today's dish. We're going to actually put it into our soup. I got myself my big old soup pot here. It's not really a soup pot, it's more like a big skillet, but it's deep and I think it'll serve our purposes. We have a few veggies to chop up before we do anything else though. Also for today's dish, I bought a fresh bunch of cilantro leaves. This was, and I'll list off all of the ingredients and where I had to get them from because, but yeah, hi Derek D. Herbert, and hi Def himself, hi Queen Arachnid, hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. How was your Labor Day? Yes, today is Labor Day. It is quite the interesting holiday. If you guys watched M60's stream last night, he gave us the whole rundown of the history of Labor Day. And I learned a lot personally. I had no idea where Labor Day even came from. Don't remember anymore because I wasn't paying too much attention. I was trying to learn my lines for this monologue I'm doing. But, I tried. There was effort. So I'm going to get myself a cutting board, and you can put in a couple different vegetables for this. I've seen recipes. I'm just synthesizing with some generic Moroccan flavors and some generic sort of base staples for the soup. It has to have turmeric, it has to have cinnamon, it has to have chicken, and clearly it's a chicken stew. Tomatoes are a must, and chickpeas. So I've got all those things, and then I've seen people put in potato, I've put in sweet potato, I've seen them put in zucchini. I should recommend this to my mother. She would probably like this soup a lot. But for mine, since I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes, I have two large, these are absolute beasts. These are Yukon Gold potatoes. Some of those. I got myself a can of chickpeas that are going to drain. If you're going to use fresh chickpeas, you need to put them in with all of your veggies when you saute everything together, because those need to cook for longer. My one chicken breast. To serve on the side, we're going to make some really tasty couscous. This is the couscous recipe I've made time and time again when I was in school. Really, really tasty stuff. I am actually really hungry. I haven't eaten since like 11. And I've got myself some crushed tomatoes. You can use diced tomatoes. That's quite traditional. However, I'm not a fan of chunky tomatoes. So instead of using diced tomatoes, I'm using some crushed. I got some celery. I got a couple carrots. I'm going to use the rest of my onion from last time's stream. Remember that onion I chopped up for my pot pie? I'm going to use a bit more of the onion. I'm going to grab some butter. Ooh, Alexa, add butter to my shopping list.
I added butter to your shopping list.
Thank you. Hi, Sammy DX. Yes, we did move houses. Sorry I touched the mic right now. In my new apartment. I live alone now. I don't live with my parents anymore. And it's real nice. I mean, technically I'm still living on my parents because they pay for anything, but who cares? I'm going to start this stream by putting out all the veg, and I'll explain how I had to get each individual one. Because... Oh, I'm sorry. Fresh cilantro? Yeah, I agree. It is super great. Hard to find for some reason. Maybe it's because of the time of year. I had to work both my jobs today, so it kind of sucked. I'm sorry, Queen Eracted. What jobs do you work? I feel like you've told me already, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten. I'm going to give my carrots a bit of a rinse. So here I've got 2 carrots. These are good-sized carrots. I haven't been here in a while. Oh, well, hello. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to grab a couple ribs of celery, maybe about 3. Good. Some potatoes. I've got my onion, my yellow onion. Yellow onions are nice for this recipe. Yellow onion. So I've got already the nice trinity to start our soup. So some potatoes, make it nice and hearty and filling. In the words of Freely the Banana Girl, you got to fruit and root yourself. Although I don't really trust much of anything she says. She's a high-carb vegan. And she apparently is an abusive partner to be with. So, 3 ribs, carrots, onions, chicken, potatoes. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Herculean task it was to get everything here. First of all, these potatoes were bought at separate places, okay? I went to Vaughn's today, and there was 1 potato just like this left in the store. It wasn't even in the right place. The whole potato counter had been picked to death. This was in the onions. This one I got a while back from a different store, but I couldn't make the soup with just 1 potato. I had to get this celery, okay, at Albertsons because apparently the Vaughn's did not have celery. And then I got these carrots there too. I got the couscous from Trader Joe's because Lord forbid any of those other places have couscous. Freely, really? Yeah, Freely the gross banana girl. I'm actually going to do 4 ribs of celery because I'm feeling wild today. And then, to make matters even worse, this cilantro, because all the cilantro everywhere else had been either completely wilted or just non-existent, was from, like, I found, like, I just Googled, like, other supermarkets. I was running low on supermarkets, and it was this place called Aldi's. Never heard of it before, but everything was kind of cheap. But they had cilantro. That's all I cared about. I am seriously so crazy today. 4 ribs of celery. So, I literally went to 4 different places to get everything here. This was freaking ridiculous. Aldi's is so great. Is it now? I haven't really been before. But maybe I'll give it another try. Alright, so all this has got to get prepped up. I got my nice washed carrots, celery, and an onion. I think I'll start with the onion. So, stay. Let me just peel the skin off. Oh, you work at Home Depot in a pet supermarket. Oh, but in my travels, I bought a Himalayan salt lamp on, what is it called? On Amazon. And when I was out, apparently it was delivered. I didn't see it on my doorstep, so I'm assuming it was either delivered to my apartment's office, because that does happen sometimes, or someone stole it, and I'm erring on the side of it being, oy, gracious. One of the wires fell down. One moment. I swear, if someone stole that Himalayan salt lamp, I'm going to literally, like with a bat, just go and find out who it was. That's freaking ridiculous. I was gone like an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. So I gotta prep this onion. Chop up an onion, and then I'll save. I think that's good enough for my amount of soup. Not making too much soup today because it's just me eating it. Did someone say Amazon? Yeah. So according to the Amazon app, my Himalayan salt lamp had been delivered to my house. However, it said it was delivered. I don't know if it says that for everything because I haven't checked. It says it was delivered at, or is it was how does it say, on or near my doorstep? Yet it was not there. So I'm assuming someone stole it. Oh, I will check the office. I'm not actually going to jump to conclusions and say someone stole it. I'm not that crazy. I need a little bit more onion. This way, and then cut it that way, make nice little chunks of onion. So I got some chopped up onion here, and then we're going to take this and we're going to cook it with our celery and carrots and make it nice and soft. I'll keep the rest of this onion again. Like some people go crazy, go freaking ham with the onion. They're like, yeah, I'll use all this onion. But for me, it's just a little too much. So the onions are done. I'll start with the celery. I'm going to start. Go over there. Thank you. Alexa, set volume to 5. Can you guys hear the music now? There we go. Wait. However, on Today with Bakington, I did make another very large purchase that I'm quite excited about. I bought a keyboard, not a keyboard for typing, a keyboard for playing. So hopefully we can do some jam sesh streams if I feel like it. Oh boy, I love the way celery smells. It just has this really nice smell. Nice. To never leave at door? Okay, I'll try that. But I mean, I kind of like it at door because usually I'm at home because I very, very rarely ever leave my house. You know what? To clear up space, I'm going to... Ow. Put all my veggies in a bowl because, I mean, they're all going in the same place eventually. No. Wait. Go. Next up is the carrot. I'm going to top them. How should I do this? They're quite firm little beasts, so I don't want to... Actually, I'm supposed to tail them as well. I'm going to keep using these, but I'm going to segment them off because this is quite a thick part of the carrot. But yeah, I will... Lord Playington, I like that. But is it any better now? Alexa, set volume to 6. I'm going to chop these into little half moons. That's good for soups. It gives them a little bit of texture, but not so much that it's hard to eat or it takes away from everything else. Oops. It's hard to cut properly with only one eye. Music is better? Thank you. Go. So I'll put these carrots and the tails, once I'm finished chopping those, into my bowl. Oh, I want to tell you guys to mark your calendars, because Friday of this week, I'm going to finally do that Amazon Fire tablet giveaway. I should be chopping both these at the same time. We're going to do it live here on the Bakington Show, of people who are in the stream, who are following. So I'm going to set the, I've been playing around with, oh, I love this song. Alexa, what song is this?
This is Carnival from A Fable by Tigran Hamasyan.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's called Fair. It's called Carnival. So I have been playing around with AnkBot, my new beautiful bot. If you want anything, check out BakingBot, my new bot. Love him to death. You will win, Def? Of course. But yeah, so if you want, like, my Instagram, do ! Insta in the chat. If you want my Twitter, do ! Twitter in the chat. If you want my Discord, I made a Discord yesterday. It's brand new, nothing's in it yet. I'm going to segment it up in a minute. But if you want to be on my Discord, you can post pictures of food and whatnot up there, things you've made that we've made on the show, or your favorite foods you want to try, or you want to see me make, or any of the things you want to just talk and hang out. I've made a Discord, so do ! Discord in the chat. Got my potatoes all chopped up. I'm going to slice them now into smaller bits. Go. Nice little chunks of potato. These I'm going to keep back because these are going to go in a bit later. I gotta wait for all of our hard veggies to cook first. Here we go. Slice, 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 slice. Nice chunky taters. Slice, slice, slice. This recipe actually isn't too heavy now that I'm thinking about it. It's really just sort of like a tomatoey broth with a little bit of chicken in it. And lots and lots and lots of veggies. And, I don't know, but I've been told the proper way to serve this soup is with lots and lots of lemon wedges and fresh cilantro. So, I have both those things. We have some lemon and cilantro. And I've looked at the spices, and I'm Hispanic, so I kind of feel like I'm going to like this soup. Because I'm usually a very picky eater. But I feel like I'm going to like this because it's got potatoes in it, and it's got veggies that I like in it. And it's got chicken, which is always good. It's got tomatoes, which I like. But it's also got spices that I like. It's going to have a little bit of cumin, a little bit of coriander, a little bit of turmeric, cinnamon, garlic, there we go. Now my taters are cooked. We can now chop our chicken. You know what? Since this is all going in the same soup anyways, I'm going to chop my cooked chicken now. Fish out my cooked chicken breast. It's like tinted yellow. That's cool. Like, look at that. Look. It's like ever so slightly yellow in color. I'm going to chop this up roughly. Or shred it, actually. I think I might just shred it. Go. Nice. So my chicken's chopped, my potatoes are chopped, all my veggies are chopped. We are now ready to begin. So I'll grab myself my big old pot where everything's going to go down. Dab of butter right into the really hot pan and it starts to sizzle. That's the water boiling in the butter. And while the water is boiling, your butter really only gets to about 212 degrees because that's the boiling point of water. Water can't get any hotter than its boiling point. You can change the boiling point of water, of course, by, say, putting it in a pressure cooker, increasing the pressure. But the boiling point is the point where it doesn't get any hotter. So water only gets to about 212. So while there's water in the butter, you can see it's just sort of bubbling away now. It's only about 212 degrees, and we want it a little bit hotter than that. So wait a few seconds after it starts foaming. And now that it's decently foaming, I'll give it a few more seconds. You guys, if you hear a weird noise sometime during the stream, that's my stomach growling. It's got a growler account. Alright, I think we're ready. Things are starting to foam, so I'm going to add in my carrots, onion, and celery. Oh, it didn't sizzle. That's lame. Oh, sorry. I headbutted the camera. It's not sizzling. Well, it will in a moment. So I'm going to cook these. See, they're really firm veggies, this. So I'm going to cook my carrots, onion, and celery until they start to soften just a little bit. Boy, this looks so good. Yeah, nice and hot. Meanwhile, I'm going to drain my 1 can. This is a 14-ounce can of chickpeas, or garbanzo beans, if that's what you want to call them. If you're going to add in fresh, like uncooked chickpeas, you'll want to add them in about now, because they're going to need to cook throughout the whole recipe. Whereas these are already cooked and just need to be drained. I'm going to add these in later on. I don't want to add them in right now because they would break up and just disintegrate if I did. So I'll keep those aside. Oh, it's beginning to sizzle. I hear sizzling. Wafted up to, oh, the beautiful smell of garlic, of carrots, onion, and celery cooking in butter is just amazing. It's one of those beautiful smells, you know? Do you guys have any of those smells that just reminds you of home? My sister adequately put it as garlic and onions cooking because our mother is just a great cook, and she like cooks so well. She likes to do it up real big whenever she cooks, and so she'll do everything from scratch sometimes, and it's absolutely wonderful. But sometimes even most of the time, like 90% of the time. And you can, if you can smell the food cooking in the kitchen, you'll know all is right with the world. I feel like everyone has like some kind of early attachment to food that reminds them of home. We can add in our stock, our potatoes. We can add in all the spices. In fact, why don't we start adding those spices in now? They can cook and bloom with all the fat and oil. Oh man, everything smells so good. Ah. Oh yeah. Alright, the first spice we're going to add in is a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. I've had very few savory cinnamon flavored dishes before, so I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Add in the same amount, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. I'll add in some liberal amounts of garlic powder. Garlic powder is concentrated, but you would want to use 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add in some cayenne pepper to give it a little bit of spice. Add in however much you like, between 1/2 to 2 teaspoons. I'm going to start with 1 and see how spicy that makes it. I'm going to give it a few hearty shakes of thyme. And parsley. If you can get the fresh stuff, that's better. Now give this all a mix. Oh, beautiful. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. Now mix this all together. And what have you got? Some nicely seasoned veggies. Oh, how could I forget? My cumin. And for this, I'm going to be using my good quality Mexican cumin. I'm going to put in about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Oh man, that smells so good. So we're going to cook and let all these flavors bloom and all those veggies sort of soften. They are getting quite... excuse me. Looking quite nice. So I'm going to grab my crushed tomatoes, get that opened up as well. Again, if you want to use chunky cubed tomatoes, that's fine. Again, I'm not a fan of big chunks of tomatoes, so I'm going to use this to get the best of both worlds. Alrighty, everything's looking real good. So I'm going to add in about half of this can of crushed tomatoes. This is the only size they had. Mix all this together. Nice. I'll add in my potatoes and my chicken, all chunkied up. Taters go in. I went pretty heavy with the taters and the chicken. This is supposed to be a stew. I can't go light with a stew. Stir and break it up. Man, this looks good. And then we're going to let this simmer. We're going to cover this in some stock and let it simmer. And you could be like, but Bakington, we need some other things too. I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm going to add some parsley. I mean, not parsley. Cilantro. And all that boil together. I'm going to let this cook just like that for a moment while I grab the delicious stock that my chicken breast made. This water is very, very faintly tinted yellow because of the turmeric powder. Nice. This looks so good. So I'm going to give this a turn like that. Cover. I'm going to let this simmer now until the potatoes are nice and tender. Excuse me. Where's the corn? Tom 13. Where's the corn? Is there corn normally in Moroccan chicken stew? Also, welcome to the stream. How are you today? But either way, corn or otherwise, we are about to start making some couscous. Who's excited? I know I am. Alrighty, so let me move everything out of the way. Let me rinse out my big pan. And we're going to cook some couscous. Couscous isn't a grain, it's a pasta. Sort of like the kind of pasta you use to make frog eye salad. Wipe this down. Looks good. Wipe this down. Now, let's see. For this amount of couscous, I've got 8 ounces of couscous. I need... How much liquid? I'll need about 2.5 cups of liquid. So let me turn this on. Into the bottom of the pan, I'm going to melt about 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to brown our couscous. If you guys have ever had, say, fideo or any kind of like sort of like vermicelli, like Eid type, like, what do we see? What would the, and it would serve during Eid. What is it called though? It's called sheer kurma. There we go. Sheer kurma. Any kind of like, that's one example. Any kind of dish where you toast pasta first, you toast it in some fat first. That's what we're doing today. It gives it a really nice flavor. So we're going to toast our couscous in some fat. Butter's melting up nicely. Gotta have lots of fat in this for it to be tasty. Check on that. Oh, yep, it's simmering. It's blah, blah, blah. It's simmering. Got some nice melty butter. Some delicious couscous. Some Israeli couscous. Did you add the lamb sauce? No, don't tell Chef Ramsay I didn't add the lamb sauce yet. I've already gotten my ear blown out from that dude once. Alright, the butter's melting up nicely. It's getting nice and hot. I really need it to be hot though. You can see the steam coming off. That's not the butter smoking. That's the little bit of water that was left in the pan. Yeah, shh, don't tell him that there's no lamb sauce. I'm going to give this a hearty sprinkling to start. With some thyme, some dried thyme. I'd say about half a teaspoon. Then I'll grab some stock, because I need my stock on hand. I know I won't have enough from the amount of stock that I have left over in my fridge from when I made my last recipe. I've got like a cup left of that, so I'm going to grab this and a new one. We can measure out some stock. I want my thyme to open up inside that pan, get nice and delicious. Actually, maybe I will have enough. Nah. I'm gonna need just a little bit more to make 2 cups. So you can see my Alexa set volume to 5. See the butter's foaming, the thyme is cooking. So I'm gonna dump in my couscous. I'm gonna toast the couscous until it browns just very lightly. Kind of toss it around in the butter. And some of the couscous grains are going to start couscous. It's actually spelled not couscous like goose, but one word, C-O-U-S-C-O-U-S. Ooh, look at that fancy writing. It's Israeli. Hopefully no one here is Palestinian. Add in a bit of salt. You're going to have to be careful when you're salting this because it depends on how much salt your stock has. And my stock doesn't have any added salt. So I do have to make sure I salt this quite well. I'm going to keep toasting my couscous. It should start to smell slightly sweet. While this is cooking, I'm also going to go and grab my craisins. Because I'm just crazing for craisins. And what else am I grabbing? Oh, a little bit of my cumin, just a touch, maybe about a quarter teaspoon, just to give it a little bit of that little bit of deliciousness. Hear that sizzle? That's exactly what you should be hearing. That very faint sizzle of the couscous grains being toasted. Oh, that's beautiful. We're going to add in a big handful of craisins. Check on my soup, which is looking real nice, might I add. Yeah, we're going to kick it up a notch. Bam. Look, another bit of salt because I'm crazy. Hey! You said bam too. Look at that. Look at that. That is some primed couscous. But I want it to be just that little bit more delicious. I'm going to keep toasting it until it's very lightly browned. Ooh, you know what else I should do right now? Is get my lid, because we're going to add in our liquid and then cover it. Ah, my crepe pan. You didn't hear that. Ah, my crepe pan, I think. All right, so this is just beginning to brown. See, there are little couscous grains that are beginning to toast. Maybe I'll go a little bit longer. I want real good flavor in this. Looks like quinoa? It kind of does, doesn't it? Quinoa, though, is a grain. Couscous is a pasta made from the same kind of durum semolina that pasta is made out of. There we go. Everything looks real good. I got some nice toastage on this. Oh, that smells absolutely beautiful. So, stand back. This might be messy. Ah! See, I told you. Add in your stock. Stir really well. And then cover. And set this over a medium-low heat until all that stock is absorbed. My soup. Looking good. Make sure you stir your couscous every now and again to make sure it's nice and not stuck together like pasta sometimes can be. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for follow. Thank you so much for the follow. You're the best. Welcome to the kitchen. I'm Lord Bakington, your fearless guide through the world of food, and today we're making some couscous and some Moroccan chicken soup. But again, thank you so much for the follow. want to cook these until the couscous grains are nice and tender. I also need to make sure that my chicken and my potatoes are cooked. These potatoes are getting there. They're not quite tender yet, but they're starting to become tender. But considering this soup is kind of thin, this is supposed to be a stew, a nice thick delicious stew, I'm actually going to take this lid off and cook it uncovered for the remainder of its time. That'll help tighten everything up. Oh, but this smells incredible. Looks delicious. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's one grain stuck in there. There we go. Maybe I shouldn't have used a slotted spoon for this. Duh, baking tin. Let's switch over to a regular wooden spoon that you kind of go to someone with. All my veggies look real nice and soft now. Carrots are starting to soften up as well. Yep. Things are looking good in the world of baking tin. I'm actually going to check my couscous real quick to make sure that they're seasoned properly. Because that's important. First off, they're nowhere near cooked. No. But second, hot damn, that's delicious. Just hoo boy, they need some time. I'd give those babies at least another 5 or so minutes. Those are toothy. Goodness gracious. But actually, I think it's time now to sprinkle in some dried cranberries. Just a few. That way they'll impart a bit of their sweetness throughout the whole dish. Add a few more on top to decorate afterwards. This is beginning to thicken up ever so slightly. Ah! Alexa, skip. If it wasn't thickening up for you, what you could do is take a little bit of stock and mix it with a tablespoon of cornstarch, and then add that in, and then let that thicken your soup up just slightly. But from the starches in the potatoes and the reduction of the stock, it should start to thicken. If anything, I think this could use with a little bit of pepper. And a little bit more of this. These things will cook really fast. I don't want these to get mushy, that's the thing. You're supposed to wait for them to soak up all the liquid. That's definitely happened. These are definitely getting softer. This is all so tasty. Technology extra thick. I don't speak Japanese. Things are getting extra thick up in here, though. Hi, Technology. Everyone, Technology is a great streamer and an amazing person on Twitch. You should go and follow him. Here, I'll shout you out, considering all my mods are AFK. There we go. Thank you, Baking Bot. You're the only mod I can trust. See, this is getting all kinds of thick. Normally, you wouldn't want to see that in your pasta, but with this, that's a good sign. It means that your pasta is absorbing all the water, considering that's what couscous is. Just pasta. Mix all this around. Surprisingly, the hardest thing to cook right now are the carrots. I have to make sure that those are tender. They are getting quite tender, as you can see, but I have to make sure that they're like the same level of tenderness as the rest of the dish, because that'd be weird if like there's soft potato and delicious chicken and then all of a sudden, boom, hard carrot. Like, what? It's getting all nice and sludgy. I'm beginning to think my couscous is starting to get done. Because couscous doesn't take very long at all. We're getting there. Oh my gosh, that stuff. Like, I could just eat this with a spoon. Not a spoon, a spoon. Let's see if there's 720 calories in this. I could totally eat this for dinner. Oh, sweet Jesus, that's delicious. No offense, chicken soup. I'm sure you're delicious too, but carbs are my number one favorite thing in the world. There we go. Alrighty, this looks good. Everything's nice and delicious. I'm going to turn my couscous off. You can see it's quite dry now. And I believe everything is cooked. Let me take a big piece of carrot. If I can find a big piece of carrot somewhere in here. There we go. Survey says that is cooked. If you poke it with a sharp knife, it should just go in easily. Same with my taters. The taters should be cooked by now. Look at that, I can just chop them. Delicious. Make sure you keep stirring a couscous or else it might stick to the bottom of the pan. Alrighty. And I think it's time we plate up. For picture purposes, I'm going to serve my couscous in a little ramekin, just to make it that little bit fancier. that. And then I'll decorate it with just a sprinkle, like just a palm sprinkle. Look at that. Of some of the dried thyme. You woke up from a nap. Good morning. And then a little dash of pepper, because that's how you serve couscous. And since we're making dried cranberry and thyme couscous, also, if you like nuts, you could add a few tablespoons of pine nuts into your couscous. But I'm going to use a few dried cranberries. There. Watch the video recipe. Said, yes, I did, and I think it's a great idea. So much so, I kind of want to try it. How have you been? See, your mods are hella lazy? Yeah. Like, she was asleep this whole time while I was trying to find someone to shout you out. Oh my god. Oh, sweet mother of couscous, get inside of me. Alright. Heat goes off. Give all this a stir. And we can ladle up some stew. Well, looks like we have to get a ladle out. Wow, yeah. Alexa, stop. That's a really loud song. Is it loud to you guys? Because to me it doesn't sound very loud. I mean, is it loud to you guys? Because for me it's deafening. That's what I meant to say. So here we go, Moroccan chicken soup. Ta-da! Served with, not loud? Oh my god, for me I couldn't even hear myself think. With some sprigs of fresh, delicious cilantro. That's quite traditional. Can I see your hat pulls? Of course, my horse. Boom, what do you think? Like it? I can still hair flip with it, but I feel like I'm wearing a hat. Windows 10 from Linux. How was your experience working with Linux? I've heard a lot of mixed reviews from people that I know. And, like every good Moroccan soup, it needs lots and lots of cilantro, but it, hiccup, also needs a generous amount of lemon wedges. Is it a Christmas tree air freshener? No, it's Dipper Pines' hat from Gravity Falls. Here we go. Got some soup. Got some couscous. Got my little tray of couscous. Got my soup. And how I'll serve it is on a nice plate. Can't really show you, but this is what the soup looks like. Look at that. With a big old pile of cilantro on top. I'm going to take some nice pictures that way. Very, very nice. It's sort of like a light chickeny tomato broth. You don't got cable? I don't either. I've only seen a couple of episodes. My sister's a huge fan of it, though. And then my lemon wedges. Arrange them as pretty as I can in my constrained space. Ta-da! And we are going to be enjoying quite the dinner today. Surprisingly, this isn't too heavy. It's basically just sort of a glorified vegetable soup with a little bit of chicken in it. Got some nice lemon wedges, add a little bit of brightness, that cilantro, nice potent cilantro. A delicious starchy bowl of couscous. And while we enjoy some amazing music, one moment please. Alexa, skip. And that'll do. Alexa, play What the Waves Brought by Tigran Hamasyan.
I can't find What the Waves Brought by Grand Hamasyan.
You play him all the time. Alexa, play What the Waves Alexa, play What the Waves Brought by Tigran Hamasyan.
I can't find What the Waves Brought by Tigran Hamasyan.
Brat? Excuse you. Skip. Alexa, skip. I swear one day I'm going to sell you for parts. Alexa, play Horses.
Horses by PNB Rock.
This is your fault.
And the Boogie Whip Da Hoodie.
Hi Histy Joe, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I'm off camera. I'm snapping some pictures of our delicious food today. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I'm Lord Bakington, your fearless guide to the world of food. Sorry, I'm taking lots of pictures. It's like, statistically speaking, one should turn out nice. I'm steadying my arm on a bottle of soda. All right. Alexa, stop. All right, we're back. I'm good. How are you? Quite svelte. Ha 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 ha. I know. I know. I've gained weight. I saw on the scale today. Let's see. You're good, Hissy Joe? I'm glad to hear that. I'm good too. Hide and seek. Sorry, Wolfie. I was taking some snapperoonies. I love the customizability and it being open source, but I'm having problems with my internet. It's a bit more work to install programs. Other than that, it's great. I see. That's interesting. I'm glad that you had such a pleasant experience. I know some people who haven't had quite a positive experience that you've had. Maybe because they're not quite as skilled with computers as maybe you are. Who knows? I decided that dish is far too beautiful to eat. I'm going to take many more pictures of it. So I'm going to serve myself a scoop. And some soup. But hi, Wolfie. How are you? We made some Moroccan chicken soup today with couscous. A really nice dried cranberry and thyme couscous. All the big chunks of potato and carrot and celery and chicken. The chicken was slightly yellow colored because we boiled it beforehand. And I put turmeric and cinnamon in the water that I boiled the chicken in, so it kind of turned the chicken yellow. Like noticeably yellow. When you cut into the chicken, when we cut into it, the outside was really yellow compared to the inside. Oh, this? Sweet Jesus, I could just eat this by itself. Holy crap. Tucker was laughing at horses? Oh. I didn't think that he was laughing. I thought you were making a joke. But I appreciate that you weren't. Personally, for myself, I'm not a huge fan of a ton of cilantro in this because I want to taste everything. I mean, I'll eat that one later. But I have some cilantro. I'm going to grab a lemon. And we can begin dinner. Ta-da! Just squeeze the lemon juice over. And in no time, you've got a bright and delicious Moroccan soup. Oh my gosh, you guys are powering up in my stream. Alrighty, let's try this bad baby. Get some of that cilantro, some of that couscous, some of that chicken. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Wow. Mmm. That is good. It's a tinge spicy, like I like it. Again, if you like your soup spicy, add in another teaspoon. God, don't add a tablespoon. A teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I use one. You could use anywhere from half to 2 or none. Feed you, bakey. All right. All right, stream. Open wide. Here comes the plane. Open up. Oh my gosh, Tuck, thank you so much for the bits. Nurse Aria says your hairstyle can give you a lazy eye, FYI. Well, Nurse Aria, I don't know who that is, but in case you haven't noticed, I've already got one. That's why I have my hair down like that. Had it since I was born. It's not really that noticeable. It's not really, unless I had told you, you probably wouldn't have noticed, but very faintly, I do. Kind of like why I don't like showing this eye. Mm. Yum. Okay, so my favorite part about the soup has to be, of course, the couscous, because it turns it from just like a plain vegetable soup into this super delicious, like, filling meal. Mm. Mm. The carrots, because we cooked them really well, are slightly sweet. Mm. The potato is just butter, man. Or woman. I don't judge. And then to stop it from being like sort of plain, the tomato we added really does make it taste nice. Mm. The spices are warm, but not too spicy. And then you get this little bit of cinnamon flavor, because the cinnamon, clearly, there's cinnamon flavor because we added cinnamon. But it's so tasty and so wonderful. And then you get, like, as soon as it starts to feel a little bit, like, heavy, because it is quite a rich tasting soup, even though it's not too rich in fat, you just get this bright bite of the lemon and then of the cilantro. Makes everything so refreshing. Mm. How's school? School's going well. I have an audition tomorrow. I'm required, as part of my acting styles class, to audition for every production, even if I don't want to be in it. Mm. Mm. So I have an audition tomorrow for Cymbeline. I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm not a big fan of Shakespeare. Hopefully I don't get it. However, if I do, I kind of want to play Posthumous. That'd be fun. Oh, I forgot. Because we added in, again, not a traditional ingredient, but the cumin, it makes it so tasty. The combination of the cumin and the cayenne pepper gives it such a really nice savory flavor, but like a really tasty savory flavor too. You know what? Why don't we change this to social eating? Because I can do that now. Let's see. Instead of creative, we're going to do... Boom. Thank you, Baking Bot, because we are now doing some social eating. Oh my goodness. This soup, seriously guys, like, if it wasn't 90 degrees out, I would like this soup a lot more, but I really, really like it anyways. Oh, yum. This is a great soup considering it is just a tad bit spicy, but it's so filling with the potatoes and the couscous and the chicken and all the vegetables and this light, very, very flavorful broth with lots of sort of fall kind of spices in it. It'd be a really nice soup to have like by the fire on a cool day, you know, in autumn, which we're supposed to be in. Yet the weather still insists on being 105 out. Could be worse. I could live in Houston. Whew, yum. But how's everyone's day? What are you all having for dinner? Oh man. Look, it still looks like that. Hold on. One moment. Look at the chicken. Tell me that chicken is not, like at least on certain angles, stained yellow from the turmeric that we boiled the chicken in. Like, look at that. And then in comparison to like the rest of the chicken, which is sort of pinky, there are certain parts of it that are like yellow. Mm. Mm. But all in all, this is a real tasty soup. Mm. Oh man, that was good. Wow, that was amazing, you guys. Definitely a soup that I don't have to make like often. I'm definitely gonna. It's apparently it freezes well, so I'm gonna try that out. But I'm gonna package it up, eat it for lunch when I'm at school. Seems easy enough. And let's go and see who we can host. Who do you guys feel like hosting today? I think. Oof, I'm getting a little bit of enchilado because it is a little tad bit spicy.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Hold on.
If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy. Never use a messy recipe. The cake will end up crazy. If you do the cooking by the book, then you'll have a cake.
Have a blessed day. BAE. XD.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry, Candace. One moment, please. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We have to redo that. I was totally supposed to dance for that. I'd be a fraud if I wasn't. I was just dying. Ugh. Here we go.
It's a piece of cake
Oh
to
my
bake a
gosh,
pretty
Candace,
cake.
gosh, thank you so much for the
If
20
the way
pies.
is
You're the best.
hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy. Never use a messy recipe. The cake will end up crazy. If you do the cooking by the book, then you'll have a cake.
Have a blessed day. BAE. XD.
I hope you have a blessed day as well. Are you heading out? Are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to go make dinner? Are you going to start streaming soon? John's Nerd Rage is painting or something? Ooh, let's go and check that out. Although, to be fair, I have to give the first consideration to people that I'm following. Do I really care? No, not really. Why do I still follow these people then if I don't care? Let's see. Oh my gosh, hi Death Sheeps. Welcome to the stream. How are you today? Welcome. It's been a while. How have you been? Let's see. Alright, I guess we're going to host this guy. We don't really have enough people to do a formal raid. That's fine, though. Hope you are too. I'm doing well. How's life been? I know you're at school right now, aren't you? Cute old lady. Aw, jiggles. Little baby jiggles. Old baby jiggles. Alright then. Pause to stop it from killing my bandwidth. Adjust my hat-areno. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe. We made some really tasty, oh my goodness, really delicious Moroccan chicken soup and couscous. Real fun stuff. And I hope you will join me next time around on Wednesday. We are going to be making, what are we going to be making? I have a menu on my Twitter page, !Twitter in the chat. You can follow me there. You can follow there and find out what we're making every day, stream updates, all kinds of pictures, and other fun stuff on my Twitter page. Make sure to keep in mind that on Friday of this week, we're going to have our 1,000th follower giveaway finally. We're going to be giving away an Amazon Fire tablet. You have to be in the chat to be able to win during the stream, so I'll give you guys plenty of warning ahead of time. Consider this your first. But with having said that, let's see. Tumblr, I'm not going to be using Tumblr anymore. I've got a WordPress site set up. I'm going to take some pictures of this stuff and put that on my first blog post on WordPress. I'm going to show everyone my new WordPress site. It's funny because I had to figure out the title is it's called Bakington's Hideout, like everything else is. But then I have there's a subtitle, and I wrote at the I think it's at the crossroads of social anxiety and sweets. That's my subtitle. But first, this will be the first recipe there. I'll upload it onto the website, and then I'll show you guys on my Twitter page, so keep in touch there. !Twitter in the chat. One year left, congratulations. But yeah, I also have an Instagram, Lord Bakington on Instagram. Someone can do !Instagram in the chat to get the link for that too. Or there's my Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube. !YouTube in the chat will show you my YouTube channel. I am Lord Bakington on YouTube, youtube.com/c/Lord Bakington. And then, lastly, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, if you're watching, and I hope to see you Wednesday for another amazing stream. Oh, wait, Wednesday, we're going to be making some orange soda cupcakes, so you better go and check those out. All right? Peace.